Ooh, not bad. Not bad at all.
I could use that.
I don't like the looks of this.
Ugh. I don't know what all this is, but I don't want to find out.
I could use that.
I could use that. No. I don't like the looks of this.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Oh, not bad. Not bad at all.
I could use that.
She says, if I wanted to feel sorry for myself, I'd have stayed with your father.
Ooh, that is quite a drop. Let me help you down.
I've got this. Shit! You okay? That's 3.
What? Oh, please.
3 times I saved your life. The sinkhole, your foot. What? You'd be dead if my ma hadn't taught me to dress a wound. Fine. 2 times then. The sinkhole and just now.
Hey, let me see that.
Leave it. It's nothing. Hey, I'm fine.
Come on, roll up your sleeve and just admit we're friends already.
This is not an admission.
Let me see. Oh, it's getting worse.
Listen, it ain't broken or bleeding. It'll calm down. It always does. Let's go. The kid said the ward was this way. says if I wanted to feel sorry for myself, I'd have stayed with your father.
Ooh, that is quite a drop. Let me help you down.
I've got this. Shit! You okay? That's 3.
What? Oh, please.
3 times I saved your life. The sinkhole, your foot. What? You'd be dead if my mom hadn't taught me to dress a wound. Fine. 2 times then. The sinkhole and just now.
Hey, let me see that.
Leave it. It's nothing. Hey, I'm fine.
Come on, roll up your sleeve and just admit we're friends already.
This is not an admission.
Let me see. Oh, it's getting worse.
Listen, it ain't broken or bleeding. It'll calm down. It always does. Let's go. Kid said the ward was this way. You ever hear about the North Pole?
Huh. That old fairy tale?
Yeah, like this ward. Old white guy founds it. Food and fresh water, everyone gets along. That sounds like the fairy tale to me. It's probably just a couple of old timers holed up underground. I just hope they got a few supplies for trade. Otherwise, we won't last much longer out here. You think people actually live like this?
I'm not sure.
I don't know what's in that Fulton's original blend, but I'd never seen nobody that happy before. Not in real life. Locked. Great. We can't turn back now. Ain't got nowhere to go. There's gotta be another way through. Hey, Eagle Eye. See if you can squeeze your ass through that hole up there. door! Let me in! It's about time. What took you? What happened to these poor bastards? Hey, look at this. Can't let it go to waste. Use it on that bum ankle of yours. Won't help me none. Hey, come on. Let's get some distance between us and these bodies. Over here. Oh, this is bad. This is bad with a side of broccoli.
A side of what?
Nothing. Something my ma used to say. Deadwood! Shoot the damn thing! Nice shooting. Hey, that don't count, by the way. I'm, starting to think looking for this ward wasn't such a good idea. Deadwood ain't all gone after all.
Nope.
Ain't no way the war's real. Not with a nest like this out here. You know, maybe best we head back. We retrace our steps. We can find another way out. Happening. It's not happening. No! Not today, assholes! Hey! This is 3, by the way! You know, right here makes for 3! Oh, shit! Hey, listen. For what it's worth, you were a good friend. You were a good friend.
It's okay. You're safe. Whoa, whoa, hold up. We're friends. We're here to help.
Can't hold this forever, Bo!
Thanks. Who are you?
Questions later. We gotta get moving. On 3. 1, 2, 3. That's all I got. You're on your own now.
Hey, we still got each other.
Right. Follow us, you two. That won't be the last of them.
Rude or thick down here.
Must be what I felt back at the ward. Wait! You're from the ward? Shit! Maybe Santa's real too.
Yeah, it's not far from here. The way down collapsed behind us. We're gonna have to find another way out.
here. The dead would know they've lost, but they won't lay down without a fight.
Hey, you okay?
Not bad shooting, Traveler.
Yeah, I had some practice.
I'll bet. But don't worry. Ward's as safe a place as any. Safer.
So, it's really real. Food and water and folks living with some old white guy?
More or less.
Whoa, whoa, let me get you some water.
I'm fine.
Ooh, that looks like root rot. But I've never seen a case this bad.
I'm fine. I don't know why everyone.
We need to get her to the ward, and quick. Doctor, there's her only chance. We'd better get moving, or we lose the light.
Oh dear.
This is Wriggler.
Call me Riggs. I got you, darling. Don't worry, friend. We'll take good care of her. Welcome to Ward 13.
Hey, don't worry. Riggs is right. She'll be fine.
Are you okay?
Just a headache.
Hey, Clementine. Let me get you some water.
I'm fine.
No, you're not fine. You need rest.
Bo! He's the ward's mayor. Thinks that puts him in charge of everything and everyone. Listen, I'm gonna check in with Ford, and then I'll get some rest. Okay? I've been through a lot worse, you know.
So, Traveler, your friend will be fine. I'm Bo Ward, and this is Ward 13. You must have come a long way. I mean, the route's dwindling and all, but the road's still a dangerous place. What were you two doing out there? Yeah, well, you'll be safe here for as long as you need, traveler. I didn't know anybody knew what we were doing out here. Feels kind of nice, actually. Hey, ask around if you need something. Oh, start with Ford. I'm sure he'd like to meet you. Hey again. Did you have a question? Hey, I'm just glad we got to you, you know, when we did. You stirred up quite a deadwood nest. I haven't seen that many in one place for a long time. Oh, that was Wally. He gave us a heads up someone was coming. Then Clementine was the one that found you. They got a kind of, a root sense, I guess. And we figured where there were root gatherings, someone was likely to be in trouble. And there you were. No, that was something else. Clementine, she's amazing, but she carries a lot on her own. I don't know what all she sees, but we worry about her, is all. Incredible, isn't she? No one really understands how she does it, not even her. But the feel in the air after she blasts them like that, it's electric. Like the sun after a storm. She's something special, traveler. And no small part of how we're as safe as we are. Between me and... Oh, I don't, Well, yeah, I mean, everyone cares about Clementine, right? I'm just... I mean, I don't Have you ever met anyone like her, traveler? Because I haven't. Like, I haven't always been the bravest guy around, you know, but the way she fights for folks, no matter what it takes out of her, it makes me want to do better. I kind of want to make her proud, you know? I guess you could say she's my inspiration, maybe? Oh, but don't tell her I said that, though. I guess. I used to guard the old ward some 20 years ago. I helped out here and there, you know, but before Commander Ford passed, she and the founder, they kinda put me in charge. Now, maybe no one else wanted the job, I don't know, but the ward's the only family I've ever known. I'll do whatever it takes to keep these folks safe. Oh, thanks. I don't know, I guess I just take care of myself, eat right, get to sleep early, all that. Yeah, Commander Ford always said a leader can't care for anyone if they don't care for themselves. I'm just trying to live right. I reckon she learned it from the founder. He's been around for ages. Though he ain't much for leading himself. Granddaughter, actually. Yeah, the founder wasn't around as much back in the day, but Commander Ellen was like a mother to me. To all of us from the old ward. It just doesn't seem right. I mean, that she's gone before he is. Yeah, but when our last hope fails, another must take its place. She used to say that, too. I couldn't say. Commander used to talk about him like he was dead and gone before I was born. You'd have to ask him yourself, I guess, but he ain't like the rest of us. He's seen a lot. I usually leave storytelling to Reggie. Or if you want some really wild tales, try Mudtooth. Now there's an old-timer who can twist a yarn. Lots of nice folks here. Talk to him, you'll see. If you need anything, you know where to find me.
You don't talk much about life before the ward. What you did and all.
Oh. It was a hard time, I guess. I done some things I weren't proud of.
I'm sure you did the best you could. We all did. If you're looking for Founder Ford, I usually see him over at the warehouse. You should look around. Lots to see and good people to meet. I'm sure your friend will be fine. The doc now, she can fix most things. You should look around. Lots to see
Ford
and
was looking
good
for you.
people to meet.
He's up top, over in the warehouse. Hey again, stranger. How's it going, stranger? How's it going, stranger?
You don't talk much about life before the ward. What you did and all.
Hey, you're the newcomer, ain't you? Nora Camarillo. I keep folks alive around here. You know, you're lucky they found you when they did. Your friend was pretty bad. I got her just in time. Pretty much. Any part of your flesh prison breaks down, you come to me. There ain't much I haven't seen before. Yeah, that's how my grandpa used to talk. He loved that idea that we're all beautiful souls walking around in dilapidated meat suits. Ain't much science for it, he'd say. But damn if it isn't hilarious. She's great. A real spitfire, that one. I'd hang on to her if I were you. Like what? Listen, I don't care what you two are. I'm just saying, don't lose it, whatever it is. That girl's tough, all right. But right now, she needs rest. When she's up and about, I'll make sure you know. Asking questions is the only way we learn, as my grandpa used to say. What are you trying to say, sunshine? Well, no need for that. You know how a doctor gets good at her craft? That's it. Same way you get good at anything. You learn a thing by doing it over and over again. For me, that means people who need my help. The more people there are suffering, the better I get at healing them. And Sunshine, I'm the best damn doctor for miles. My grandfather, he'd been treating folk his whole life, nearly as long as the root's been around. I started assisting Grandpa when I was 5. Dressing wounds, making meds, cutting at the table, you name it. He was. He helped more people in his long life than you and I have ever even met. But how I helped him most was digging through the old hospitals. Even after a century, there's a hell of a lot to find. All of it useful to someone as clever as Grandpa. Huh. Tons. The old humans knew a lot about the human body, it turns out. Stuff even Grandpa didn't know. Did you know they used to be able to replace a man's lungs with someone else's? Or put a dead man's liver in someone whose liver didn't work anymore? To think of all the folks Grandpa and I could have saved if we had that kind of know-how. There's plenty if you know what to look for. Most of the basic meds are long gone, but there's still plenty of specialized tools and ingredients there. Stuff no one knows what to do with but me and my grandfather. What they don't got, what I never found once, is a cure for root rot. That's why so many folks died when the root first showed up. Grandpa had to invent a treatment on his own. A treatment, not a cure. He probably wasn't the only one. I'm sure others came to the same solutions independently. But after Grandpa figured it out, He traveled as far as he could and taught it to everyone he met. I don't know where he started, but I reckon every treatment within 100 miles of here is derived directly from his work. You can thank him that your friend is still alive. Came here maybe 10 years back. My ma had died and Grandpa didn't feel safe carting me around the countryside by himself. It turned out good. The city's full of scrounge, and Grandpa made a living selling bandages and meds while treating folks for free. I do the same. He even attended the old commander when she passed. Couldn't do much for her except ease her going, but folks around here thanked him for it. Made us part of the ward and all. Need anything else, Sunshine? See you around.
Looking for Ford? He's over in the warehouse. I'm sure he's got something going on. Always does. You seem pretty capable, stranger. You do fine here. Your friend looks pretty sick. But don't worry. Doc Nora knows what she's doing. Were you hurt out there, too? Doc Nora can help. Lots of folks can help. Don't ask me, stranger. There's others in town who can help you better. Doc Nora has medicine if you're needing some. If you need some medicine, you should talk to Doc Nora. If you need some medicine, you should talk to Doc Nora.
Audrey, I've been meaning to tell you something.
You sounded so much like Brad just now. Sorry. What did you want to say?
Oh, I saw a bird this morning. A seagull. Or something.
Oh, that's nice.
You
I
think
don't talk to Mr. Bravis
the
anymore.
rooter really gone for good?
Dunno. But I don't think it matters. We gotta find joy where we can, while we can.
You should talk to Ford. They don't call him the founder for nothing. I know things feel strange now, but you'll find your place soon enough. Everybody does.
You ever climb to the top of that tower in the city? It's so beautiful. You can see everything.
Have you seen the way Bo
Do you
looks
want
at
to go
Clem?
up there and show me?
I don't know.
I think the only person who can't see that is Bo.
Right. Brad. That's too bad.
I'm thinking of picking up some of Mudtooth's stew for dinner.
There ain't a single vegetable in that goulash. No way. Smell
Do you
that?
ever wonder if all this
That's
is
the future growing one bud at a
a
time.
dream or something?
What do you mean?
Like, none of this. What happened to us, to the world, is actually real.
Oh, I don't know. That sounds a little far-fetched.
Have you talked to Clementine lately? The poor girl
You don't
seems
talk much
muy
about
triste.
life before the war.
That's too bad.
What you did and
We
all.
should invite her for
Oh.
dinner again.
It was a
Maybe
hard
she'll
time,
say
I
yes
guess.
this time.
I done some
Hey.
things I'm not proud of.
Doc
I'm
Nora
sure
will
you did
see
the
to your
best you
friend.
could.
She's seen us through
all
plenty
did.
of hard times. If you're looking for a home, there ain't no better place than Ward 13. Glad to have you here. Helping hands only make us stronger. Smell that? That's the future growing one bud at a time.
Looking for Ford, huh? He is usually over in the warehouse. I hear your friend is sick. Lucky for you, Doc Nora is the heart of this place. We would be nowhere without her. Huh? Look, there's a place for you here. Whether it is in the garden or somewhere else, huh? Hope you stick around, stranger. I've got a good feeling about you. Your friend is in good hands, stranger. Hope you stick around, stranger. I've got a good feeling about you.
Are you and your friend married? Do people even get married out there? What does getting married mean? Ma won't tell me yet, and I'm pretty sure Pa didn't tell me the truth.
What do you think next year will bring?
Flowers. I just planted some.
Your friend's super sick, huh? What happened to her? Doc Nora can fix her. She fixes everything.
You know, it's strange how quiet it is here some days. Like, nothing's going on.
Yeah. Kind of boring if you ask me. I'd like a little more adventure in my life sometimes.
Oh, yeah? Well, we could sneak off and do some exploring in the old ward. Just you and me. If you want.
Yeah. Or we could just hang out here.
I wonder how Riggs is doing. He has not stopped by in a while.
Have you ever been to Yesha?
Mr. Dwell's been to Yasha. He talks about it all the time. Where'd you come from? I grew up here, born right over there. You ever met anyone who can tell the future? I have. He lives right here in town. Where'd you come from? I grew up here, born right over there.
How are those potatoes looking?
Plump as pumpkins. We'll have a hell of a feast this year.
Your friend is in good hands, stranger. Your friend is in good hands, stranger.
You're welcome to wander around the garden if you like. Smell that? That's the future growing one bud at a time.
You don't talk much about life before the ward. What you did and all.
Oh, it was a hard time, I guess. I done some things I weren't proud of.
I'm sure you did the best you could. We all did.
I don't trust that Wallace. But Brabus says he lives, so he lives. If you want to talk to him, he's over at the docks. You watch yourself, outsider. This here's my town. Heard they found you in a root nest. How is it you survived exactly? Just give me a reason, outsider. Just give me a reason. The mayor might vouch for you, but I've got my eye on you. You didn't bring any of the monsters in here with you, did you? Don't get any funny ideas here, outsider. Can't believe the kinds of folks the ward takes in. Like me. Don't forget, you're a guest here, stranger. Got both eyes on you, outsider. Don't get any funny ideas here, outsider. Don't forget, you're a guest here, stranger.
Audrey, I've been meaning to tell you something.
You sounded so much like Brad just now.
So many new faces these days. Things must be getting a mite easier out there. Welcome, traveler. I'm Reginald Malone, but my friends call me Reggie. You can too. Saw you come in with Bo and Clementine there. Oh, you can be sure they'll do everything they can for your friend. Ain't the first to come through here needing help. I have been known to tell a story or two. Though old Mudtooth does give me a run for my money. Or did you mean that I collect the stories? Because I do that too. And I'd love to hear your tale, traveler. Now that sounds like the start of a damn good story. But what brought you out here? Damn. Well, it's a common enough tale. But I hope you know I'm genuinely sorry for your loss. Everyone here can identify. But I know that don't necessarily make it easier. All we can do is shelter the joy wherever we find it, every day. How about your friend? How'd you meet her? So you, owe her a debt? Or maybe you paid it off by getting her here. Hey, what do I know? I tell you what, though, ain't no logic keeping tabs with people's lives. We look out for each other because we're human, yeah? It's the only way that makes sense to me. The only thing that makes humanity worth being around. Speaking of your friend, I heard she came in with a nasty case of root rot. What happened to you two out there? Yeah, I can understand that. Ain't easy talking about hard times. Yeah, don't push if she ain't ready, yeah? But, don't forget about it either. Could be that telling you what happened is the only thing that can set her free. Well, don't you worry. We've dealt with nastier things here, believe me. I reckon she'll come through just fine. What about you? What do you hope to find out here? You're a good friend, traveler. I hope you stick around. This town could use folks like you. So, now I've got a measure of you. Is there anything I can do for you? Well, all right then. Take care, traveler.
Well, hey, get away from my stew! Oh, it's you. What? No, of course not. Never seen you before in my life. I just figure you're you. You know? And I'm me, and that's where we are. So, what can old Mudtooth do for you, huh? Lucky for you, I've got answers. Good ones, too. Quite a bit, stranger. The name's Mudtooth. And ain't nobody been around longer or seen more than I have. Except maybe old Ford, of course. But that old mudder cheats. Anyway, he hardly tells any of his stories. Only 3 reasons why folks come to see me. And that's my stories or my stew. Yeah. So, young'un, what'll it be? That so? Huh. Did I tell you about the stories yet? That one too, eh? Well, that's it, ain't it? My stories and my stew. Listen, you sure I said there were 3 reasons? 'Cause there's only 2, and that's certain. Huh. Only 2 reasons folks come to see old Mudtooth, and you know both of them. I'm pretty sure your memory's slipping. Town, you call it. Back in my day, a place like this wouldn't be considered much more than a camp or a bivouac, you might call it. Nah, this ain't no town. Not yet. But it is a fine place to set up kip. I lived by myself for years, see? Had myself a what you calls it, a hockapatopter. That thing could fly to the moon and back. It could. Anywho, I was living by myself when my boy Brabus showed up saying we should move on. Told me it wasn't safe for me to be living like I've been living no more. He told me about this place. Got some nice people here. Took some getting used to, being around folks again. Well, Brabus, he's my son. 'Twere his idea to come join this little shanty town. Not a bad idea it was, neither. He's over yonder, at the shooting range, if you're looking to find him. Not much of a talker, though, that one. Guess he didn't get his old man's gift for gab, eh? You bet your apple I can, but these ain't just stories, stranger. They're objective retellings of legitimate occurrences what you wouldn't believe. Now, where to start? So, I gotten separated from the Crazy Eight, my gang, you see. We've been chased by these big old deadwood, taller than a man with 10 times as many pointy bits. Whew, nasty fellers. The others, they holed up in this old scrap building and slammed the door. Left me for dead. There was no way in, but there were these old pipes underground. Sewage, judging by the stink. But I weren't gonna stay out there with deadwood creeping round, so I held my breath and crawled through what must have been half a mile. I come busting out of the pipes and right into the middle of the Crazy Eight. They were holding me a funeral. I stand up, covered in mud and God knows what else, and just smile at them. And that, friend, is where I got the name Mudtooth. Don't think I told you this one yet. I ever tell you the secret behind my stew? Well, I ain't gonna. But I will tell you how it came to be, yeah? The original recipe comes from my ma, of course. But that ain't the end of the story. My ma made a fine stew. But it weren't nothing to tell tales about. Not until the day me and the Crazy Eight got ourselves trapped in one of them old, medieval, meditating... We was trapped in one of them medicinal compounds full of pharmaceuticals and whatever you call them. And I had nothing but a dead coney and an onion on my belt, which weren't good for much, but were the style at the time. So we scrounged for ingredients. Well, them hospitalities ain't no good for food, but they do have some pretty mean spices lying around if you know what you're doing, which I do. That night was the best stew any of us ever had in our lives. Kept us going for days, until finally the dead wood outside got bored and took off. And that, friend, is the same stew I make today. I even use the same ingredients as them back in the day medicinals. Better even. Ah, here's a good one. So this wanderer comes up to visit me at my heliocopter, right? They're decked out with guns, but they walk up and ask for stew and a story. I'm thinking they'll get tired, wander off, and take my story somewhere else like all the rest. But they don't. They listen to all of it. And I think to myself, this mutter actually wants to hear these. Reminds me of my ma, tell you the truth, the way I'd listen to her, and the way my boy Brabus used to listen to me. Before he turned away, that wanderer reminded me of family. And that's the most important thing, ain't it? So I figured I ain't left long for this world. So I give him my wife's old watch in thanks. Ain't too long after that, my boy Brabus comes back in person, first time in years, with a watch chain peeking out his pocket. I knew a good thing when I saw it. I didn't say nothing. Just welcomed the boy back like nothing had changed. Family's the most important thing we've got in this world, young'un. Don't forget that. Don't think I told you this one yet. I ever tell you about the time I killed 300 deadwood in one go? Ooh, that's a tale. So, I lived up in this old, Heliochapataka or what's great sniper's nest. Let me pop off deadwood from a mile away. But one night, I wake up to a rustling and a howling, right? I look outside, and there's deadwood all around the place. Hundreds of them. But they don't stop coming. And I'm thinking, this is finally it. But then I see tucked away behind an old building the cracked open end of an old gas main. So I squint my good eye and pray to Kennedy, Jeebus, and Cash. And I squeeze the trigger, and my bullet flies through the air like a hawk to a coney. Caw-caw! It scrapes the pipe, and boom! Whole damn horde goes up in flames. Not a single one of them left. Deadwood never did bother me after that. Sure can. Let's see. Ho-ho! Let me tell you what those folks are up to in that atoll, that Ward 10 and 7. That was where they did their experimenting, see? They made weapons for the USA. That's what this land was called back then. And, the Root, see? They were, Yeah, I'm getting to it. And the Root, you see, they were cloned. Yes, sir. They found Root D and A trapped in red amber, and they done built themselves an army. But this army, it got out of hand and turned against them. Couldn't tell the difference between the Usanayans and whatever else there was. Pretty good weapon, if you ask me. Nigh on slaughter the whole damn world. Makes you think, though, what else were them Usanayans capable of? Maybe it's for the best they ain't around no more. Now, I love a good tale as well as any and more than most, but even I know the value of what you're doing out there. You go out and do good here. I'll have more tales for you later. This old mutter might have an answer or two for you. Well, all right. Come round again sometime here.
Ford? Oh, wish I had half the wherewithal of that old man. He's got no qualms about, like, leaving town at the drop of a hat. Anyway, if you're looking for him, he's over in the warehouse. I envy you, stranger. Leaving your home in search of a tale? I don't know if I could do that. Hey there, stranger. Need some mending? Oh, no. Nobody ever does. So, what are you gonna do around here? You're going back out there, aren't you? Yeah, you seem like the type. Seeing what happened to your friend, it's still real bad out there, huh? So, where'd you come from, anyway? Is it dangerous out there? Don't worry, your friend will be fine. It's still real bad out there, huh? Leaving the ward. Oh, what would that be like? It's still real bad out there, huh?
I see you, traveler. You're the one Ford's been waiting for, though he doesn't know he's been waiting. He thinks he needs help. It's her who needs it. You know, and you don't. Sorry, I shouldn't say. Things get messier when I tell them. I'm Wallace. Did I say that yet? Probably. The site, you know? Sorry, I probably said that already too. You have a path to walk. You choose the first step here, but your path can change if you want it to. Yep. That makes a lot of sense now. You're right, of course. Your path is waiting. Tell Brabus and McCabe I sent you. They have what you need. They're the next step on your journey. I'll see you again, Traveler. The Traveler returns. Remember, tell Brabus and McCabe I sent you. Your path awaits. I'll see you again, Traveler.